So welcome to a band called Dubstep's horror reaction videos with Mark Little, who you may have known from Mr. Deeds, Picnicface.
My power thirst! Energy drinks for people who need gratuitous amounts of energy.
And all over the place. How are you, Mark? Hi, Mark. Hi.
Hi, Rush. How are you?
Do you ever think of The Room when people say hi to you?
Do I think of, The Room, the movie The Room?
Yes.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
When sometimes people say it very room-like, and then I do.
Okay. Did I manage to do that this time?
You didn't like lean into it as much as some people do.
Oh,
you said it conversationally, so if you were referencing it, it was very slick and very sly.
Oh, cool. Except then I totally brought up The Room right after.
That's true. That was less slick and less sly.
Yeah. Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Rush.
How are the kids? How's the wife? How's the dog?
I don't have any of those things, but good.
I assumed you didn't. I just wanted to know how you would deal with that since you do improv and stuff. I thought you were gonna yes and me, and that didn't happen.
I feel like when you yes and something like that in real life, it's just lying. It's just a misleading line of conversation.
So how's your pandemic been? How have you been?
I feel like maybe like a lot of people, there were good parts and there were bad parts.
Yeah. I feel like the bad parts were the same for everyone, but did you get up to anything? Did you get any work done? A lot of people have been doing a lot of projects, so it's just cool to find out what they've been doing to keep busy.
Oh yeah, I think in the first 6 months I wrote parts of 6 different movies, which if I was to read them now, I'm sure would show signs of mental decay. Each movie was less of a comedy than the last. They were plumbing the depths of an increasingly sad man's psyche.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah, I feel like I was in a space where I was I think I'm doing okay. And then periodically I would be I don't feel so good. And my girlfriend would be we're all going through a hard time. And I'd be no, I don't think it's COVID. I think it's just I'm just having ebbs and flows. And now that I look back on it, I'm oh yeah, I was in a dark zone for a while there without being fully aware of it, but happy to be back.
Yay, the world's different again, except now we have passports to go to restaurants. I actually loved the lockdowns. For me, it was very nice to take a break from what I was doing because I work full time during the day and I was performing every night and then, just partying way too much. And I was oh, it's really nice to not have to travel, cut out all these little mid pieces. And also having to look at people in the face sucks. So, that's that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to talk to people via a camera so that everyone's looking at each other's chins or necks. It's comforting.
Okay, can you hold on 1 second? I realized I didn't grab my Ethernet cable and I'm worried that the internet might cut in and out, which last time I did this, it actually got worse when I plugged the plug in, but we'll see. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, sure.
So professional.
Oh, yeah. I'm worried I've got too many tabs open, but also I can't close them.
I'm so professional right now. Sorry. I did this to John Blair too. It's just except it took longer to get the cord. So I think he was just sitting around waiting. Okay. So the whole thing is we're going to watch a horror cartoon. I have a couple queued up, but we can also pick them together. The whole thing is I don't pre-watch them. So we're going to both react at the same time.
Okay.
And do you know what a horror cartoon is?
It's not just a cartoon in the horror genre?
It is. It is definitely that. It is exactly that, except it's on YouTube, so they're usually poorly done. Yeah. So, and it's midway through the first lockdowns, I was just in this weird YouTube hole, and I'm this is amusing, but for all the wrong reasons. Bad writing, bad animation. It's also really late at night, and I think the ceiling for how funny things can get really dipped. So I had a great time, and I hope you have a good time too. So do you want to pick something together, or do you want me to just pick something? You want to?
Let's do it. Let's do it. And let me just say that diving into the world of fan-made YouTube cartoons, my expectations are high. I hope they can meet those expectations.
Okay, so do you have any topics you'd want to look up for horror cartoons? Right now, everything that keeps popping up for me is fast food. So like Burger King horror stories and McDonald's horror stories.
Oh yeah, I love that. Let's do that for sure.
Okay, you want to do that? Okay, we have to stay away from specific ones that are very copywritten, and I feel like those groups are very litigious. So we can't go with the horror shorts party guys, even though their cartoons are arguably the best ones.
Okay,
but
I don't want the best.
You don't want the best. No, there's Target horror stories. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, honeymoon horror stories, just generally unsettling horror stories, gas station ones, school ones.
You know, I feel like, school ones that, yeah, I think we know where the horror comes from there. I could see it in the still. Yeah, it's just a shooting. Okay, let's, I guess the question is, do we want something that's like real life horror, like a real life story?
None of these are real, right? There's no way.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like some of them might feel more real as opposed to like some of them might be about ghouls. Well,
we could go with this true horror one then, if that's what you're thinking. Or do you want something that's more ghoulish?
I think I want something that's more ghoulish, but honestly, I keep coming back to.
All right, let's McDonald's do one.
McDonald's. Let's do McDonald's. That's what we need. This is what I've been after the whole time. Why was I pretending otherwise?
Let me know if it sounds good.
I recently took a job at McDonald's. A few days back,
I love her voice.
I was appointed for an overnight shift.
Yeah.
My house was close to the McDonald's store, so I was hardly worried about reaching home late.
McDonald's store.
I'm in my late 20s and have been living independently for quite a long time.
She has like a rash on her neck.
My work was basically at the front counter. It was 10:30 p.m. already, and there were 4 to 5 people in the restaurant.
Can you pause it for just a second, Rush?
This is already.
This is such an interesting choice right out of the gate to have a female lead character with a man narrating it. Like, surely they could have. They could have used like a woman's voice to narrate this.
No, they obviously can't. There's only one female that I know that like narrates any of these. Her name's Ariane, and she has like one of those sexy baby voices. And it's better to have a white woman voiced by a black man than have sexy Ariane baby voice doing it, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I love this narrator. He's been around. He actually reminds me of the guy from Candyman, whose name I forgot. But
right, yeah. Well, let me say, white woman voiced by black man. If that's not 2021 progress that we're looking for, then I don't know what is. I'm sorry for objecting. Let's ride this train and see how far it takes us.
All right, let's go.
A few people work here, especially in night shifts. The one in charge.
I love how it's branded McDonald's, like they are sponsored.
Though the overnight shift runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., but our outlet, we hardly get orders after 12 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning.
The detail, so much McDonald's.
My plan was to lie down on the couch in the resting area.
Yeah, this is what I want from a horror story.
Everything was going according to plan.
Details of how a job
customers
works.
Paid their bills and left. But there was one customer who stood up once.
Oh no!
Then sat down.
He's a zombie. He's gray.
I asked in a hesitant voice, "Sir, do you need anything?" He looked at me with a very weird smile.
Oh wow!
And shook his head in a no gesture.
This is the horror of an impoverished man.
I started scrolling my YouTube feed. With
Just
every
watching
moment
the same channel.
By, I could tell the guy was looking at me with wide eyes. He seemed a bit younger to me, probably in his early 20s.
Okay.
But his behavior was becoming very creepy.
His behavior
2 to
was
3 times.
late
I stared
40s.
Back at him out of irritation, and he awkwardly looked away. I murmured to myself, saying, "Jerk, why can't he just leave?" But the guy didn't move 1 inch from his seat. 20 minutes passed away like this.
Can you pause it one more time, Rush?
Absolutely.
He kept
like, yeah, I don't know what happens in McDonald's is where this like the person who came up with this story told this story. I don't know what generally happens at the McDonald's that she works at, but to me this is like, yeah, this is what happens at night in a Toronto McDonald's every night. This is like a good night, just one guy staring at you from across the place. There's Toronto McDonald's, it's like past 11, it's chaos.
No, it's like fights are being diffused. There's a gang war happening. Like these are frontline workers. They're doing better work than any cops I've ever done. You know?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Like if you showed this video to someone who worked at a Toronto McDonald's, they'd be like, this is fucking a dream. One guy, just a bit creepy, not saying anything, no fighting.
Yeah, sitting
Anyway.
calmly seems pretty polite, actually. Like,
Yeah.
all
I
right,
guess
let's see,
this is horror though in the nicest McDonald's on the planet.
the ones in Holland, yeah.
Yeah, this is a Holland McDonald's.
Kept sitting there. At one point, I lost my patience and asked him, "Sir, do you need anything more?" The guy
That's so
looked at me
rude.
and said, no. No
Yeah,
thanks.
just gotta let that guy hang out.
Now, I can't just tell him to leave randomly because the restaurant is basically open for the entire night.
Oh no.
There was nothing else I could do. After 5 minutes more, the guy finally stood up and started to walk towards the counter. I said in my head, "Good Lord, finally he's leaving."
Got little
After he reached
hands.
the counter, out of a relieving feeling, I gave him a big smile and started his billing.
Why wouldn't you have
The
paid
guy smiled back at
before?
me in a
I
Yeah,
know
I
this
did.
episode now. I'm
Standing
realizing
there.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
I handed him
should've
over the
paid
bill
before.
and his credit card when
Doesn't
he said
work
something
this way.
way weird. "Is that a tattoo on your neck?" I do have a mermaid tattoo on my neck.
Oh, that's what that
Sorry,
is. I thought it was a rash.
Yeah, right. The man was supposed to leave, but instead,
Is that a 5
He
o'clock
started
shadow
chatting
that
with
goes
me, which
all the way
kinda
around your
surprised me.
head?
he then said, "I am also thinking of getting a tattoo, but haven't found a good tattoo artist yet.
Oh no.
From where did you get yours?"
From where did you
I
get
can't
yours?
say he was being
Oh,
offensive,
yeah.
but this unnecessary curiosity at that time of the night felt very off-putting.
I hope
I
it
said in
never
an
gets scarier
uninterested
than
tone.
this.
I got it when I was in college, so don't probably remember.
Don't
I started to arrange the counter, hoping he
Don't
would leave.
probably remember.
But the man still stood there. He then got really close to my face and said,
That's good.
"Hey, I sketch for a hobby. My sketchbook is in my car. Want to come take a look?"
Yeah, I
was
know this
highly
episode.
surprised to
I've
see
seen
his
this one
adamant
already.
behavior. I said in an
Took me a
irritated
while to
tone,
realize.
No thanks. I have my duty to finish."
My
The man now
duty.
grasped my hand and said, "No, you should really come with me.
Oh
You're
God.
anyway free now," and started giving the same tense smile. Now, this move threw me off the hook. I said in an extremely angry voice, "Listen, you freak, I don't want to go with you. If you don't leave right this moment, I will call the owner, and there are security cameras all over this place. So what's it gonna be?" And kept staring at him with angry eyes.
Oh yeah.
The man let go of my hand immediately and then walked towards his table. He stood there, facing his back at me for some
Oh my
time.
God. Turn around and
couldn't
have
tell what
no
he was
face.
doing.
Zero face.
So I yelled once
Different
again.
face. Your face.
Did you get
Same
what I
face as
said?
she has.
The guy then turned at
Just
me
got golden
and
arches.
left the restaurant quietly. As soon as he got out, I went and locked the entrance of the restaurant with my keys. My head was burning like a fireplace. It took me a few seconds to
hell?
calm down. I decided to report about
These are
this
written by
creepy
bots
customer
or AIs or
tomorrow,
something.
first
There's
thing in
no
the
way
morning.
it's written by a
Yeah.
human
The
being.
store was finally
This is
quiet.
written
I
by
heaved a sigh of relief
guys at
and went
those,
to clean his table. I was picking up his
like
trays when a
scam
shadow
farms
moved behind
outside
me.
Russia.
I turned back and saw the same
What
guy
they do when
standing
they're
outside
not
the
getting
door
your
with a
credit card
fearful
info
face.
on their break.
I was about to burst out this time, but the guy gestured to keep quiet and pointed at the tray in my hand. Before I could understand what the hell he was doing,
Oh
my
my
eyes
God.
went to his tray in my hand.
What is it?
There was a folded napkin on it.
Oh no.
As I unfolded the napkin, the blood inside my veins
Yeah,
froze in fear.
of course.
The napkin read, "A man is sitting on the vent above your counter.
On the
Don't
vent.
look. Just come out quietly." I was fucking scared because I don't know what I was supposed to do right now.
Look
I
at the
have to go
vent.
to the counter anyway because my phone is there. I slowly took the plate, dumped it into the bin, and
The
started walking
entire
towards the
tray, I
counter.
guess,
Yeah.
goes to the trash.
As I
Yeah,
reached
that's not how you
underneath
do
the
that.
vent, I grabbed my phone. I know I should not have looked up, but out of curiosity and tension,
You
I
gotta
couldn't
look.
stop myself.
Out of tension.
As I lifted my head slightly and looked at the vent, my brain stopped working. I saw a pair of
I'm gonna guess it
terrifying
was
guys looking
written by
right
an
back at
Indian
me.
person because we
I
say
screamed like hell
tension
and
like
ran
that.
for my life.
Oh yeah.
My hands were shaking heavily while I tried to unlock the door with a key. And before I could do so, I heard a huge thud, as if someone fell to the ground from a higher place. I looked back and saw a devilish figure standing on the counter like a frog and making a grunting noise like some hungry animal. I screamed even louder and somehow managed to open the door.
Why is he a mutant?
As soon as I came out, the guy outside pulled me out, and we both slammed the door.
Wow.
The guy already had a shovel in his hand. He blocked the door with that.
A shovel?
I couldn't breathe for a few seconds.
Guess he had
By
it in
this
his
time,
car.
The evil-looking man started to slam on the door, whispering.
This is not a
something
human
inaudible.
man. This is not a
It was
human
evident from his
being.
behavior that he is not in a good shape.
Yeah.
The man was acting like a crazy person. He then started to ransack the entire McDonald's store.
This is a
like
story
wolf caught
about
inside
how
a
she
cage.
was
I immediately called the
saved
cops and
from
the owner. The
from
guy
a
looked
drug
at me and
addict
said,
by
I am Alan.
by
By a
a
homeless
poor
person?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but trust me.
It's
I didn't
kind of
mean to
about
scare you.
empathy.
I was ready
but
to leave when I realized after.
Kind of not.
It's kind of, yeah, no.
It's kind of about following your gut, but also sometimes following your gut again.
I feel like it was like her being saved by a drug addict from another drug addict.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, because he looks like he's coming off of heroin right now.
Yeah.
But the other guy looks like he was on PCP.
Yeah, this is a short about which type of drug addict to trust and when.
Go for the sleepy guy, not the one who's being violent. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Always
my phone
trust
at
the
home.
first drug addict. That's the rule.
I
That's
thought
the
you're-
takeaway.
You're always supposed to say no to the first offer when you're in like a negotiation, though. So
That's right. Listen, these rules are hard to keep track of.
Okay.
I still think this
Oh,
guy's got something up his
Just
sleeve.
then, my eyes went to the vent
Well, he
above
had
the
that
computer,
shovel.
and I
Yeah.
saw a human figure
he was in
standing
a-
there and looking at you. There was no other way for me to let you know about this because I myself had no idea if this person had weapons with them or not. Alan took a pause and started to breathe heavily.
Alan.
Had
Did
a
we-
With
weapon.
tears, realizing
When did we learn
how
his name was
horrible it
Alan?
would
Did
have
he
been.
say
Right
that?
this
Alan
second.
actually
Okay.
left me alone all this entire night.
I like that.
With this crazy person.
Alan.
The cops came and arrested the man in the vent. It
Okay.
came to know that it was a homeless person who somehow sneaked into the restaurant. I am sure
Oh,
this
man.
person had some very bad intentions, and also his state of mind was really messed up, which I
Yeah.
could tell from his reaction after getting caught. So, Alan, thank you again for saving my life that day. Even though I was being really rude to you. And I just want to say to the man,
This
leaving
is
vent
what a
at
hero
McDonald's,
looks like.
May we
Alan.
never, ever meet.
You already met, though.
Yeah, look at this guy. This guy's that's it. I mean, that's what you look like when you're on hard times. That's the face. It's not exaggerated. That's how you look.
Lean back a little bit because the bottom of your face is disappearing. There
Oh my
we
gosh,
go.
I'm sorry. I was like so enthralled. That's how I looked the entire time. So that's gonna be good.
No,
Little-
there's a bit of bobbing, and like it's fair because like the cartoon's the main point during that point. But yeah,
Yeah.
no. So what did you think of that?
Oh, it was terrific. High quality, suspenseful. Took a long time to get to I was going to say the twist, but I should say just like the point. Like I learned a lot about how that McDonald's operates. Specifically, one of my favorite quirks was that you order your food and then pay at the end, like in a regular restaurant, and not like any McDonald's I've ever been to.
Right. So it's making me wonder if it is something like, like how in Japan people order KFC for Christmas and it's like McDonald's, I think might be fancier there.
Right.
So this is why I'm like the way that things are worded, you're like, it's a bot or it's a completely different country and it's being animated by someone in North America and voiced by someone from the South. And
Yeah,
it's like
it's
an
Oh, sorry, go
international
on.
effort. I was just thinking it's like an international effort. So there's like a lot of people, working together, but it translates into something really ridiculous. So would you want to do another one?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say that this is the end of part 1 of ABCD Horror Reacts with Mark Little. Check out some clips and like and subscribe and all that shit. Why don't you say like and subscribe for me? Say it in a way that would be funny or just
You
normal,
gotta like
whatever.
and you gotta subscribe. It's
Yeah.
ABCD Horror Reacts. You gotta like and you gotta subscribe. It's not,
Okay,
it's not
cool.
rocket science.
I'm a big fan of bathroom graffiti. Love it. Sometimes I find it can be a bit cruel for my tastes, though. I was reading this one bit of graffiti recently. It said, "Andrea is a bitch." I found that personally offensive because my mom's name is Andrea. And I was in my parents' bathroom. I was like, "Come on, Dad. Talk to her if you're upset. Don't just scrawl your feelings on the wall like an animal."